Attention content creators. Are you tired of struggling to get your work noticed, or are you ready to expand? Look no further than Purpose Inspired TV. We offer a unique opportunity to reach a wider audience by being available on Roku, Fire Stick, Android TV, and more. But it's not just about exposure. Purpose Inspired TV is dedicated to uplifting, inspiring, entertaining, and educating viewers with positive content. Whether you're a motivational speaker, a musician, an actor, or a comedian, we want to help you share your message with the world. So why limit yourself to social media platforms when you can now be on TV? With Purpose Inspired TV, you can take your creativity to the next level and make an even bigger impact on your audience. Join Purpose Inspired TV and start sharing your content on TV today.
What's up, everybody? How is everybody doing? I pray everybody's doing good this evening. Are you ready? Yes, we down here in Florida, we are getting ready for a hurricane. Yep, that time of year. So we're praying that the storm passes over. Yeah, we do have storms come through. Already one went through the Caribbean and the Western Caribbean and went over there to Texas and destroyed property and destroyed people's lives. So we still continue to pray for those people who lost their loved ones. But here we go again. We're at it again. Another storm is on the way. So yes, we are praying that everything goes well. Pray everyone is safe during this storm that's rapidly approaching us. Did you get your supplies? Did you get your water? Yes, we went out there, got us some water, some food, got not that much. I think we still should have got more food just in case. But we do. We have some food, perishable and non-perishable. Everyone should have some of those on hand, and also safety equipment. Like, everybody should already know, especially living here in Florida, living in the pathway of hurricanes, Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina. Yep, the storm is coming your way. So we pray you got your stuff together. You haven't, especially you guys up north of here, north of Florida, you still got time to get out there. Some of you might have time to get out there first thing in the morning. Get on out there, get you some supplies, get prepared for the storm. You never know if the power's going to go out. Then if the power goes out, you don't know how long it's going to be out. Don't know how long you're going to go without electricity and different things. So you should be prepared. Better safe than sorry. So the Olympics is going on right now. Are you enjoying it? I hear some people are enjoying it. I've been watching it with my wife. And also I hear some people are protesting, especially because of the opening ceremony. I didn't like some of the things they did in the opening ceremony. But I'm not holding that against the other people from around the world who've dedicated it's been 4 years since the last Olympics. Some of them that dedicated their entire life to this Olympic competition. So I'm not going to hold that against them. So I've been cheering on not only the Americans, but also other different countries. So congratulations to other countries, especially those countries who this may be, they're not used to getting those the medals. like some countries, they just got their first medal. So I think St. Lucia just got their first gold medal. Congratulations. And congratulations to other ones, different islands. So I commend all athletes and all that they're doing. All right, so getting started, I got a couple of videos about not this particular Olympics here, but some of the different challenges that people go through just to make it. Like I said, some people, they spend their entire life. I believe in a lot of countries, kind of like China, as soon as the child can walk good, they start molding their children, getting them ready, and to see any kind of potential that they may have that could compete in some kind of events in the Olympics. They start molding them early. So imagine that, like you since 6 months you've been training for something, make it to the Olympics, and something goes wrong, or somebody's protesting the Olympics, but you have nothing to do with that. All right, but I got a special guest today. My special guest is me wifey. Welcome to the stage. Good evening, good evening, good evening.
Good evening.
I finally got you on the air. Say everybody, you got the wifey on. All right, so you ready for the hurricane?
Yes. As ready as we can.
Yeah, but like I said, you never know. So a lot of times you can get your whole house filled up with all this different food and supplies and generators and everything, and then your house get washed away. So just defeated the purpose. But you got to get prepared. All right, Sharese, I got something for you. I got 2 videos about people who the different challenges that people go through. So this is a motivating, inspirational story about a hurricane. Got to get the hurricane out of my mind. The Olympics. So as we get off the air, we're going to jump back on and watch some more competitions. All right, here we go. Our first video is a good inspirational story. Here we go.
Olympics despite being unable to walk until the age of 12. This is Wilma Rudolph. She was the 20th of 22 children born from her father, but she was born prematurely, causing her to suffer from illnesses such as polio, pneumonia, and scarlet fever, needing to wear a leg brace until she was 12, where she was eventually able to battle through the negative effects. By the age of 16, she was competing in the 1956 Summer Olympic Games, winning a bronze medal in the 100-meter relay race, then competing in the 1960 Olympics, racing in the 100-meter, 200-meter, and 100-meter relay race, not winning just one, but getting the gold medal in all 3 events, becoming the first American woman to win 3 gold medals in a single Olympics. After passing away in 1994, Wilma leaves behind a legacy of overcoming obstacles that allowed her to become the fastest woman in the world.
Now that is powerful. That is powerful. She was 20 of 22 children and couldn't even walk until the age of 12. And she pulled it together and what made it to the Olympics and won 3 gold medals. Now if that is a motivational, inspirational story, I don't know what is. She did not give up. What did you take away from that story?
She didn't let her disability define her. And she didn't let what she knew as, I'll say as her disability to keep her from achieving the goals that she achieved. A lot of times we find that because somebody says, okay, we can't do this, we feel like we can't do it. She had a different mind frame, different mindset, and she overcame all of those disabilities. She just overcame.
Yes, but you probably know everybody was telling us you can't do it. Even just the point of just being able to walk. So she got to the point of walking, then people probably was telling her, take it easy.
Can't do this. Don't do that. You're going to hurt yourself. And she just didn't let any of that hold her back. That's amazing.
And they probably, you're going to go to the Olympics? Are you crazy? It was probably two things. One, it probably, we know back then it wasn't that many people of color um, in the Olympics and even representing this country. So I know that was against her. And then I know just the disability. I know they was like, no, you're not going to be able to do it. But she had to get out there. She had to get up and get out there and fight and prove it. Make her way. She had to compete just to get past the Americans to get on the team. And then when you get to the Olympics, then you're competing against the world.
Right, and she won not one but 3 gold medals.
And can you imagine? I just thought about how many thousands of people that go to the Olympics every 4 years and never win anything. Can you imagine that?
How many people counted her out?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I understand. A lot of people counted her out, but for her to come there and all those many people who are perfect, nothing wrong with their body, nothing wrong, but they still they came over with nothing, and she got three gold medals. I mean, that's just powerful. So I think a lot of we watch the Olympics, we think it's easy to get a gold. It's not. I'm telling people they spend their entire life and they can't come back with a bronze. So that's a lot of defeat, a lot of heartbreaks that goes on. We just see the good side. We don't see all the sad side.
Right.
So I commend her. That's when I saw that, I'm like, man, that's a good motivation story. Okay, coming up, I got another Olympic story for you, and it's just for you. Okay, like I said, this one is for you. I know you love the pool. You always saying you ready to be that Olympic swimmer.
Mm-hmm.
And we've been enjoying the different swimming races. But check out this story right here. Anyway, I'm just gonna let it play and then we can talk about it. Here we go.
Didn't know how to swim and nearly drowned during his race, and despite that, he still won. The Olympics has a wild card draw designed to encourage participation by developing countries. And in the 2000 Sydney Games, Equatorial Guinea was one chosen, and Eric Musabani was ready to represent his country in swimming, despite not knowing how to swim. He had 8 months to learn and was taught how to stay afloat by local fishermen, and was able to practice in a small hotel swimming pool for 3 hours a week. When he arrived at the Olympics, it was the first time he had ever seen an Olympic-sized swimming pool. He just sat watching others practice, trying to pick up on techniques, even asking coaches from competing countries for lessons. As the whistle was about to be blown to start his race, everyone had a false start, except Eric, so all of his competition was disqualified. Competing against only himself, he won the 100-meter race with the slowest time the Olympics had ever seen. Unfortunately, his time was so slow they couldn't advance him to the next round.
Can you believe that?
No.
I got to look that up. I believe it. That's a lot in that story. I understand. So the Olympics want to bring. So again, like what the Olympics here, well, America, we sent 590, close to 600 Olympians just from our own country alone, and it goes down to other countries have a small. What's that word? Well, a small representative of Olympians. Well, there are a lot of other countries, they don't have anybody to send to the Olympics. So from what I'm understanding is a program where the Olympic Committee decided, hey, we know y'all don't have anybody to send. Let's start to help you out. We're going to help you out. Can you send somebody? So I can see this guy, hey, we need somebody to represent our country at the Olympics. Do we have any swimmers here? And this guy is raising his hand, but he couldn't even swim. That sounds like something that I would have done, Lil Joe.
No, what was funny to me watching that is how he was the only one that didn't have the false start, because he was thinking about diving in the water before it was time to go. That would be me. I would be the last one to jump. You know that would be me, right? You already know.
You'd still be standing there. You wouldn't have jumped. it reminds me a little bit. It's funny that story reminds me a little bit when I was in boot camp. When I decided, I'm gonna try to tell this story fast. When I was getting out of high school, I made a choice to go to the military instead of college. So I was going to follow my cousin Frida. She was in the Air Force, and I saw she was sending pictures home and different things like that. And I'm like, okay, that's what I want to join the Air Force. So I took the ASVAB. Didn't make a high enough score, so I took the ASVAB test again. I made a high enough score to get into the Air Force, but Air Force had a 6-month freeze. I didn't want to wait 6 months. So the Marines, if y'all know me, yeah, right. When you mentioned the Marines, I'm not Marines material whatsoever, physically or mentally. So the next day, the Army was, oh man, the Army was calling, the Army was coming by my house, the Army was hounding me, and I'm like, that's too much work. I don't want to go in the Army. So then I wanted the Air Force, so the next best thing was the Navy. I was like, okay, I don't have to carry a gun. I didn't want the gun thing. I didn't want to sleep with my gun. I've seen some of these military movies where there was all that shooting and getting shot at and stuff. Like, nah, I didn't want to do that. So, but the next best thing to keep from getting shot at like that was to get on the ship. So I joined the Navy. But if you know some of my other stories, I used to play at the river, used to go to the pool all the time. It was 50 cents at one pool and 75 cents at another pool. I scraped up some quarters, would go to the pool, or we would spend half the summer at Tar River in North Carolina, playing in the river, no matter how deep we was in the river. But I never learned to swim. So when I joined the Navy, it was like in the fall. Now it's like crunch time. I need to learn how to swim. So I think my mom and they mentioned about me going to the Y and trying to learn. That never happened. Next thing I know, I think the date, December the 11th or December the 12th, I was on the bus heading out of Rocky Mount, North Carolina, going to Raleigh to get on the plane to fly to San Diego, California. Never learned to swim. Got to California, got to boot camp. That was another world, man. There was so many Filipino dudes there. I thought it wasn't even American anymore. But anyway, when it was time to swim, it was a way to segregate the entire company. It was 80 men in our company. And so what they told us to do, you walk up, you got to climb up on the platform, and you're supposed to cross your arms, jump in the water, cross your legs, and go down. And then when you go under the water, you're supposed to pop back up, swim to one end of this Olympic-sized pool, swim back to the other end, and get out the pool. You pass the test. You don't have to mess with the pool anymore. So, okay, that's all you got to do. I was like, okay, I can do that. Didn't know how to swim. So I'm watching these other guys, most of them watching the white guys. The white guys will jump in, do what they say, jump in, swim to one end, swim back, get out the pool. Black guy jump in. Oh, I forgot to tell you this part. So if you jump in and you can't swim, they would stick a pole in there. There was no rescue people in the water. They would stick a pole. They would say, I'm going to stick the pole in. You grab hold to the pole. We'll pull you out to push you to the edge. You climb out. If you pull on the pole, we're going to let the pole go until you stop pulling on the pole. I've seen some guys. I remember this one guy, Davis. Davis was a big muscular dude. He went by last night. I was in R, so I was way at the back of the line. Davis went in. He bloop, went straight to the bottom. We thought it was dead. They stuck the pole in there, pulled big old Davis out. He got out. He wasn't even fighting. He just went straight down like a rock. It was like, dog. There's another guy. I remember I got this guy named Piper. If anybody see these guys, I wish I could run into him again. Piper was like a 6'6" skinny white dude from Pasadena, California. That's all I know. I know I can't find him. His last name was Piper. He jumps in, and he went down. And when they stuck the pole in, he was like double jointed. He was wrapped around the pole like this. It was like they pulled him out with one hand and shook him off. So I'm sitting there watching these guys. I'm like, yeah, I think I could. All they doing is this and kicking their feet. I'm literally convincing myself that I'm learning how to swim by watching these guys. I guess what that guy did going to the Olympics. Like, all I got to do is watch them and do what they do. They were just stroking and kicking. Yeah, that's easy. That's easy. I can do that. So like I said, I'm in R. So all these guys are going in. It's like 90% of the white guys was swimming and getting out. 10% had to go sit in the bleachers. And obviously, it's like 90% of the black guys was failing and 10% was passing. So you can see the bleachers are getting filled up with black guys. The closer I get, the more and more people get in these bleachers. We started with nobody was in the bleachers. Now I'm looking at the bleachers. It's filled with black guys and a few white guys. And it's getting closer and closer and closer. And I'm like, yeah, I got this. I can do it. Get up there, you climb up on the platform and look down. I'm like, oh Lord, that's a long way down. And they was like, it was boot camp, so they yelling and screaming at us. I got my arms like this, jump. I'm looking down there, jump. If you don't jump, we're gonna push you in. I'm looking down, it's like all that confidence I can swim went out the window because I couldn't even jump. I couldn't even have the nerve to jump in. I was like, I've been to the pool and all that kind of stuff. I never jumped that high before. And I'm looking at it like, man, what you talking about jumping age? So they yelling, and I finally, I took that leap, jumped over there, went straight down, and I didn't even attempt to try to swim. I'm like, where my pole at? Where that pole at? I reached out, I grabbed the pole, he pulled me on out, and went on, sat down in the bleachers. Like, man, I thought I could teach myself how to swim, but man, when you get on that thing,
it was me.
Huh?
It would have been over for me. They probably would have pushed me in. You know that, right?
It would have been worse, but yeah, I guess they would have had to push you in. But I don't know. I didn't see them push people in, but I knew everybody didn't want to go. I knew a lot of people did not want to take that step, and I was like, why are they so scared to jump in? Until I got up there, like, ooh, that's a long ways down right there. That's some deep water too. I don't know. It might have.
Yeah. See, his story is similar to yours. I'm going to say, did he say he got pushed in? I'm not sure.
But yeah, I guess I'm gonna finish the story. So when after that was like just the swimming day. So next in boot camp, they might have changed it. In the middle of boot camp, I think like week 5 or something like that, it was service day. So that means not service day, service week. So it's 1 week you get off of boot camp and you get to go do different jobs. So some guys worked to the laundry. Some guys went to the post office. Some guys went to the mess hall. And that was the worst job in history. So I'm glad I didn't go there. What I wanted to do was go to the band. So my job was to go to the band in the morning. We practiced, learned it because every graduation, we graduated every Friday. A company will graduate every Friday. So I went to in the morning. I'll be playing the drums all day until lunchtime. Go eat lunch, come back after lunch, play the drums until 5 o'clock, go back to the barracks. That's my work for the whole day.
Oh, wow.
The other people who did the cooking, they had to get up at like 4 o'clock in the morning to go get breakfast ready. And they cooking, they working all day, getting breakfast ready. Then they got to feed everybody. Then they got to clean up from everybody. Then they got to start preparing for lunch. Get lunch ready, feed everybody, clean up. When they finish cleaning up, it's time to start getting ready for dinner. Feed everybody, clean up. The joker was getting back. They were coming back at like 8, 9 o'clock at night, covered from head to toe, just dirty. They get a couple hours of sleep. It's time to go do it again. So Joe did not want to do that at all. I had to go get on my drums. So next is work week. So the people who passed, those especially the white guys. Now they figured out they should have just stayed in the pool. The white guys that got sent to the mess hall, they had to go start cooking right away. The rest of us, our job was to go to the pool every day. 8 o'clock in the morning, we jump in the pool. And they really didn't even teach it. It was like no teaching. It was just like the blind leading the blind. All these people that didn't know how to swim, well, imagine all these, mostly teenagers. These, a lot of us was graduated or a couple of years out of high school. All these men, young men, we pretty much playing in the water, trying to teach each other how to swim. And every, I don't know, I'm just guessing, say every hour we would have to get out the pool, climb on that platform, jump in, and instead of, they didn't want us to swim across the whole pool, they wanted us to do backstroke. All we had to do is backstroke from side to side, you pass. So every hour, make everybody jump in, just about everybody fail every single time, and then get back in the water, you do it again. So that's Monday. I'm in the pool, and I'm getting allergic to this salt. I mean, not the salt, the chlorine. I'm itching. Oh my, I am itching like crazy. But so anyway, so that Monday in the morning, Monday in the evening, in the pool. Tuesday in the morning, Tuesday evening. So then somebody said, if I don't get to the band by Wednesday, I wasn't going to be able to get in the band. So the heat was on. I was like, oh no, I got to get in the band. I got to figure out how to get in the band. So here we go Wednesday. I'm getting nervous. I'm like, if I don't pass the swim test today, I'm not gonna get in the band. So I'm stressing out. So I'm in the pool. I'm trying hard. I'm trying my best. Now every once in a while, one day the guys from boot camp, they would get in the water and say like, give us a couple of tips, but it really didn't help. But every once in a while, somebody would pass, and pass and get out. So here's one time I decided, I done been in the water for 3 days. So I get out, I go to the bathroom, and in the bathroom, they got these foam flotation devices. Those foam things that you put in front of you be kicking with. It was a whole big stack of them up, in the bathroom. And my little Joe brain started ticking like, what if I take a piece of that foam and stick it in my shorts? And then when I get ready to do the swim test, I float and I pass the test. That's a good idea. So I go over there. I find one of those. Like I said, it was a whole bunch of them. I break a big chunk of the foam off and stick it in my back of my short. And I'm like, it's on. So I'm running. All I'm thinking about is getting in the band. So I'm running out there, and the guy blows, "Hey, no running!" Okay, because I was so excited. Yeah, I ran over there, and I step in the water, but the foam was about to pop out my shorts. So I'm tying my shorts tight as possible to make sure the foam don't pop out the back. So anyway, so I went ahead and got in the pool. And I'm like, okay, the next time they say do the test, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna jump in. But now I'm thinking like, man, if I jump in, what if this foam thing pop out my shorts? So I'm trying to figure that out. I was like, half my plan is ready to go. The other plan I ain't figured the rest of it out yet. So anyway, so I got some time, probably 30 minutes before it's time for us to jump in again. So now I am, like I said, trying to figure out how to keep the foam in my shorts. And actually I'm getting on my back, and it's like the foam is pushing my gut up. It's like somebody's hand is pushing me up. So I'm like doing it back and forth. Oh man, I got this thing. So I'm back stroking back and forth. I'm doing it. After a while, I was like, wait a minute, I don't need this foam. So I went to where the steps go down in the pool. I get this foam out my shorts and go cram it under the steps so nobody see the foam in there. So I got it crammed down there. So then I go back back over into the water. Oh boy, I'm back stroking like a champ. Boy, I'm so happy. And then when it's time, everybody get out the pool, everybody get out, climb in. I jump in, went down, popped back up, got on my back. Back and forth, boom, 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 bam. I passed, get out the pool. Everybody like, how'd you do that? How'd you do that? I tell my friend Fred is still in the water because he still hadn't passed the test yet. He's like, how did you do that? I said, I tell you tonight. So I got dressed and ran over to the band, wherever the band was, just joined the band, showed them that I knew how to play. It was some guys in there that didn't have a clue how to play. So immediately I became the lead drummer. Just that instant, I was the lead drummer, and they learned what to do. So by that Friday, I led the band in to that graduation. So we had a couple more weeks. I was a lead drummer. So that night I told Press, I told him the phone story. So I think he went, so the phone was right, it was exactly where he left it at. And I believe, I got to confirm with him, I believe that's what he did too. He put it in his shorts. It just showed him how to push your gut up. So basically, when you backstroke, you got to keep your gut up, put some air in your lungs, and just stroke. And that foam really helps push you up. So I think he did it. He passed. But the problem was he wasn't in the band. He didn't have any, he couldn't play in the band. So they sent him right to the mess hall. So he was doing that. Like I said, early in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, he getting up, getting ready to go march. And then I'm talking like 8 o'clock at night, this joker is covered from head to toe with flour and just nasty, just wore out, tired. And he go take a shower, go to bed, time to get up. Doesn't seem like as soon as you go to sleep, it's time to get up. And I'm still asleep until it's time to go to the band practice at 8 o'clock. No, time to go eat first and then go to band practice. So anyway, that's my little boot camp passing my swim test. But like I said, just remember this guy just trying to watch them guys how to swim. That reminds me of me watching, thinking I could learn how to swim just by watching somebody.
I'm gonna have to try that.
We try to phone. At least we try to show you how to backstroke. I think that's one of the most important things too. Just the swimming. I tell people this. Even me, I can swim above the water and underwater, but I can only go for so long. I can swim like those jokers in the Olympics. Yeah, right. There's no way. It's just like running. So I believe the best way to survive in water is to be able to know how to float, and I believe even to know how to backstroke. So, land on your swimming, you can get tired fast, but land on your back, breathing and just floating and backstroke, you can do that for hours. But just trying to swim like this, you only, especially if you're not an athlete or a professional swimmer, you're only going to be able to swim just, so far. Imagine, God forbid, you fall off the bridge.
I was floating. I was floating when we were in the Keys, right?
But you had a life vest on.
But I was floating, right?
Yes, your lungs and your booty going to be the only thing going to help you float without the life vest.
Really?
Yes, but you're getting skinny. Big people, it's easy for big people to float. I know they don't believe that. It's easy. The bigger the mass, it's just facts. The bigger the mass, it's easier to float on the water. Skinny people, you got to really try to put some air in your lungs to help you float. But so I think the best thing for people to do is to learn how to float, learn how to get on your back and do the backstroke. That you will last a whole lot longer than learn how to swim like this. You can be like, oh, I'm so tired. And I don't believe, a lot of people might not make it. But if you get on your back and float, I believe you can go further. And you're just kind of relaxing, just on your back, relaxing, stroking your back. And you can go a long ways for a long period of time on your back than trying to swim the other way. So floating on your back is very important.
Well, the young lady that was giving us the lessons, she did teach us to swim above water. I mean, with our head up. That's how we were learning.
Okay. Good.
Well, I'm not fond of underwater.
Yeah, I'll try to keep it above water. So we're going to go. I'm gonna run a little commercial real quick, and then we can get to the next video. So hold on. We will be right back. If I get to this one right here.
Purpose Inspired TV is under construction. During this process, we invite you to step into the journey. By joining our team, you have the chance to shape the very fabric of this channel with your creative ideas and skills. We believe that the true essence of innovation lies in collaboration, and together, we can create something truly extraordinary. We will provide content that ignites your passion, inspires personal growth, and encourages a positive impact on society. Our focus is on delivering shows that are entertaining, thought-provoking, educational, and uplifting. We want to hear your voice, your vision, and your recommendations for individuals you would love to see on our channel. We aim to create a channel that resonates deeply with viewers, challenging them to think bigger, dream bolder, and live a life of purpose. So, join us today, and together, we can make a difference, one viewer, one show, and one purpose at a time.
All right. We are back. Look, y'all can do us a favor. Do us a great favor. All you got to do is, see, that's all you need. A little finger. You might even use your pinky. See, use your pinky. There's a button on your phone or your computer that says like. Let me get you over here. Like, follow, share. That's it. All you got to do is lift this little bitty finger right here. That's how you can support us. Like, follow, share. And if you got some pennies, you can give us some stars. We'll greatly appreciate it. All right, we are back. Let me bring Sharese back on in here. What's up? You are back. So I got a question for you. What do you think about kids pulling pranks on their parents?
I mean, it depends on the prank. Sometimes, I mean, if it's harmless, I'm okay with it. My kids have tricked me.
A prank or just trick you?
Maybe. Well, I guess trick me.
Okay. I'm kind of torn because I think what my problem is a lot of trends, the different things that people do online, and then they turn around and recreate it, and sometimes it goes bad. And I think a lot of times it's crossing the line of being disrespectful to your parents. So that's my problem with it. I think you should honor and respect your parents at all costs, and don't disrespect them because of some kind of prank. So anyway, I'm gonna show you this and then see what you got to say about it. I got to start that over. I guess I don't know why it starts muted. He told his mama to shut the F up. Oh, here we
Do
go.
you have your outfit ready for next month? Next month,
What's up, bro?
I still gotta look for it. I still gotta look for it. You still haven't found it yet? No, nothing.
Mom,
Huh? What?
can you shut your ass up?
Come on, get ass horse. Don't you ever! Wait, don't check to me. No, Mom, wait.
Wait, Mom, wait.
No, Mom, wait. Oh. Don't you ever make him joking around. Don't you ever talk to me like that ever again. Okay?
Okay.
Don't you ever talk to me like that ever again. You hear me?
Mom.
No,
I'm
Ryan.
sorry. Why was it a prank?
No.
It was a prank.
Now I don't like those type of brand. Don't ever respect me like that ever again. Ever again. I don't give a F if it's a prank. You hear me?
Mom.
Huh? What?
Hold on a second. Over here. You want to go first?
No, you go ahead. Wow. I don't think he'll be pranking her again. You lost for words. I'm just... Wow.
That's well, one. Let's start with mother. I don't fault her for her reaction. That joker is way bigger than her, way taller than her, way stronger than her. She don't care. And that proper respect that he's supposed to have, and that he's supposed to have a certain level, it's like it goes hand in hand, fear and respect. He's supposed to fear and respect his mother. And she felt that way. For him to say that, that was lost. It was gone. So she felt like she had to beat it back into him to show him who she was. So I can't fault her for her reactions. And I'm glad he didn't fight back. I guess he was just playing with her. But you got to face the consequences. This is a prank. You got to face the consequences of your prank. I don't agree. Yeah, I think. Well, I said before we started, I don't agree with just because it's a prank, you can disrespect the people. Just because it's a prank, I'm gonna say this. So it's been said. Just because it was a joke, she didn't take it as a joke.
Right.
And even when he came back and still, I apologize, it was just a prank. Just because you saying it's a prank does not take away the fact that you said that disrespectful thing to your mom. So I'm 100% with her. So I was like, I don't agree with any kids doing anything like that, any kind of disrespectful thing to your parents, mother or father. You open up a can of worms of disrespect. And I believe that's what the internet don't care. The internet don't care. The internet doesn't care what the repercussions going to happen in different homes. It doesn't care. These, people cracking jokes and stuff. They don't care what what problems that may come up. A lot of people, we just playing, but just playing causes problems. So I don't agree with that. So I saw he apologized. She didn't take it as a joke. I wouldn't take it as a joke. Yeah. I like jokes, but when you bring in disrespect as the base of the joke, no, that's no longer a joke. It's no longer funny.
I know he won't be doing that again. She made it very clear to him. You would never, and you are to never disrespect me in no matter what shape, form, or fashion, because he was bigger than her, but she still showed him, you will respect me. You are
She took
going
him
to
down.
respect me. You know how the old people used to say, I'll put you 6 feet under. That's what I got from that, because that's what I got from that. She did not play. And even when he was like, Ma, it's a prank. And she was like, I don't care if it's a prank. Don't. I get it. I mean, some pranks, and maybe she felt like he did take that too far. Because, we don't do disrespect either. He won't be doing that again. I'll just say that. And she made it very clear to him, and she showed him, in other words, I will put you 6 feet under. That's the first thing that came in my mind, how the old people used to say that when, they maybe didn't get as much disrespect back then as, I'm not going to say we, I'll say as what's tolerated now, as much disrespect that's tolerated now. Because she laid him out, okay?
And you saw it. She didn't. Her first, she basically her response was letting you know
Yes.
she didn't grow up like that, and he
Yes.
knew he should already known, because she didn't even think twice before her hand was flying through the air.
Yes.
It was no warning. She didn't have to you say that again like some people. You don't say that. No, it was none of that. Went straight for the lips.
Or like me. Who are you talking to? Or what did you say? She heard him loud and clear, and yeah.
Heard what she had to say, and you see that really. What I mean, like I said, I know I don't want people to think I'm so deep, but this prank goes along with some other pranks. I didn't bring any up, like some of the pranks that you listen to on the radio, and I'm giving an example. It was this one. You probably remember it. This 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 wife this wife wanted to do a prank on her husband. So what she did, she got with the guy that does the pranks, got with him. They came up with a great idea to prank the husband. So the guy called the husband and said he was with the man's wife at the airport. It doesn't matter, airport, train, whatever. They're about to leave together. So that means his wife was leaving him with another man. And imagine it's the pain that's going through this man's mind and heart right now at that moment. Especially, let's say, if he didn't care nothing about her, he probably had good riddance. Toodles, have a good life. I don't care. But if he truly, genuinely loved his wife and enjoyed his wife, enjoyed living with his wife, that's some serious pain that's coming. That just hit his body. So I feel the pain that he was going through when this man is on his wife's, call him from his wife's phone, talking about you can't talk to your wife. Your wife is leaving with me. She don't want to be with you no more. That's I can't even describe. I'm thankful I haven't felt that, but I can imagine.
Not to stop you. So somebody call you and prank you. What you gonna say?
I don't know what I'm gonna say. I have no idea what I'm gonna say, but I know a lot of these pranks. Those guys are ready to kill somebody. They ain't even talking about fighting somebody. They ready to kill somebody. So that's all these emotions.
I hope you're gonna come looking for me or tell him put her on the phone.
That's what I'm saying. I'm getting. So that's what he was saying. Put my wife on the phone. Let me talk to my wife. No, she didn't want to talk to you. No. I don't care who you is, whatever. Let me talk to my wife. I need to hear my wife's voice. That's what he kept saying. I kept asking for his wife, and the guy said, no, I'm not gonna let you talk to your wife. So now even more, he's like, I know he's like feeling desperate.
Yeah.
And people act differently. You have no idea when people get that much pressure on them. So I can imagine this what's going on in this man's mind. And he would not let him talk to his wife. I could imagine he wanting to cry, but men, I think we know how to hold off our cries. We're gonna take care of business first. We might go cry later, but we ain't crying right now. I'm not gonna fall on my knees crying. I want to know. I want to talk to my wife. I don't, so now he's reaching any piece of information. If she's at the airport, that joker gonna speed and not run over everybody to get to the airport. It's at the train station, whatever. So he really had no information. He had nothing to work off of. So that's why nothing that he can do. So now he want to talk to. Let me just talk to my wife because I know my wife. So if I could talk to my wife, first need to make sure that she's not in. She's not in the distress. But and if I need to know if it's true. I need to hear it from her mouth. And then, it's just so many pieces that he's trying to put together in this moment. So I know it's some desperation, but it's really hurt. But you don't know what people are going to do when they get hurt like that. So it end up, I'm gonna pause right there. So what do you say about that situation?
There's not much that I really can say.
Well, is it right?
No.
Or was it just a joke?
No. I know what prank you're talking about. No. And at that time, he was really anxious, and it wasn't like he could just reach out and, snatch her right there. He all he hears is she's leaving me. She's with somebody else. And she doesn't want to talk to me. So you don't play like that. You don't play with people's feelings and people's emotions like that. And I sometimes wonder if with some of the pranks that you're speaking of, what happens later on when they meet up? Does that plant like doubt in the person's head? You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's where I was. That's what I'm going to get to. I
yeah, 'cause
believe
yeah, like
it's your feelings. I'm not no scientist. I'm not no doctor, but I believe like when you have a dream and those feelings that's in your dream, your mind don't know the difference between a dream and real life. That's still a memory that's in you. And then when you wake up, you can try to tell you, "Hey, that was just a dream." But if you was afraid in your dream, your body could care less if you were asleep or awake. That fear was still there. You still had the same reactions from that fear. So I feel the same thing about this. It was a prank, but in the mix, before he found out it was a prank, that was some real, genuine pain. That's a
yeah,
real permanent. That's a permanent memory. That
yeah,
pain is a permanent scar in his mind. It's permanently, and that permanent, like his wife did that to him. So that is damage to that marriage. So no matter what, they can get everything back together, but it's still
that
imagine
doubt.
like you got this perfectly shiny car and you got a dent in it. You can work on pulling that dent out, but it's still there. It's always going to be in the back of his mind. It's like, okay, she if anything else comes up, oh, she pulled that prank on me. Because a lot of people say a lot of time when I don't 100% agree with it, but sometimes people like if you crack a joke, a lot of times that's what you really mean. It's like people be trying to like so, quote unquote your friends, and they might do different jabs at you about certain things, or they poke at you. They might say something. They might say something about your body or something. I'm just joking, or they might say something about anything. Your kid is ugly. Oh, I'm just joking. Sometimes they might really do believe that your kid is ugly.
Yeah.
They just might say stuff and cracking a joke, but a lot of times when people really be saying what they really want to say, what they really feel. I mean, but just use a joke. So imagine him thinking the same thing. Okay, yeah, she was just cracking a joke about leaving me, but maybe she really do want to leave me. Maybe she do want to fly off with somebody because she can't. Where did that idea come from? So now his probably his guards are up, and I think it's damage to that relationship. It didn't help that relationship. So if it's not going to help a relationship, I'm not for it. Any kind of joke, anything like that. I like to have fun. I like to do fun things. But if it's something that's negative, that's going to be to the marriage or any kind of relationship, I'm not with it. I don't agree with it. But like I said, I believe that's a permanent memory on this guy's mind. It's a mark against him for his wife. So I'm just joking. Deep down, he don't care nothing about no joke. Deep down, his wife caused all that pain. You know what I'm saying? That pain, yeah, just because, yeah, it's just a prank, ha ha ha. That pain didn't immediately go away. It took some time for that pain to go down, but there's still some residue in there. So and if it comes back up again, his wife did, he can remember his wife did that to him. So that's what I'm saying. It causes, I'm not gonna say they can get a divorce from that, but I still believe it caused some damage to the relationship, and it could come up later on in the years, in the future, or maybe she could be innocent in some situation, and that memory of that prank pops back up, and like, oh, so she did that in the prank, and now now she's doing so it must be real, so now it's making his feelings towards her veer to the negative instead of the positive, because like I think he probably could have thought everything is up and up. My wife can do no wrong. Anything that you say about my wife is not true. But now, she pulled that prank on me. So it might, you know what I'm saying? So she don't have that credibility that she had before. So anyway, I just think it causes more damage than a benefit just for a joke.
I feel like it kind of like plants the seed of doubt in his head, or plants the seed of her being unfaithful. Yeah, and sometimes that doesn't always turn out well.
Mm-mm.
But
So
I mean, he handled it well. And like I said, I often wonder with some of the pranks that are done, what happens? Because I've heard several, and I'm just like, wow. And then a lot of times they say to him, to the person, man, somebody gonna hurt you. You know, you hear that. You often hear people say that.
yeah, certain people don't know how to. I mean, it's a lot of people, they turn to violence, especially you mess with their feelings,
Yeah.
they can turn to violence. And then and again, I think, I don't know. I know in the end of that one, the dude just said, tell his wife, come home, get home fast as you can, get home fast as you can. So he might have just wanted a hug on her or whatever. But as some people, it might be the opposite. You know, they might on the radio or whatever, they might say, they might be laughing, but imagine the wife going home and the husband's still mad. You know, he's still
Right.
upset. So
Or
yeah,
you doing a prank and the person starts saying things that they shouldn't say because you've said that this or that is going on, and they're like, no, and I know this person not doing da 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 when he just da 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 da, like the one when they did the prank on the guy that was locked up and he had got out, and he started naming people. That was, to me, that one I thought could have ended very bad. And he told him, man, don't play like that, you know, because you don't know who's listening. This man out on bond or whatever, and you playing a prank on him. Don't do that. But I knew what you're talking about. I often wonder how these pranks end up.
and I've heard some of them, like I don't listen to them that often, but I've heard one or two pastors. They do the pranks on the pastors, and they get on there and under their skin so bad where the pastor start cussing. And so imagine that affecting that pastor's reputation. So I heard you on the radio, I heard you cussing, but he said it, but you were still cussing, all that stuff, all that cuss words, all that stuff came up out of you. You shouldn't have did that. That could affect his reputation now, because you done pushed him so hard. Yeah, that guy could have cussed in 50 years, but now you done pushed him. Now you talking about messing with a man's wife or something like that. Now you done pushed him and pushed him and pushed him. Now he cussing, and now you laughing, but okay, yeah, it's a jokey joke. But now other people, I heard him on the radio. That pastor, he was on the radio. Don't go to that church. He cussed. He a cussing pastor. He ready to fight. He ready to shoot somebody. Don't go to that church. Well, other pastors like, no, we can't have you come preaching in our church, as we heard you on the radio. So I think it's still, what you call it, repercussions to what happens to these pranks. Well, all right, our time has gone by. I would like to keep going, but we're recording for Purpose Inspired TV. So we would like to thank everybody for tuning in. Look for us on Purpose Inspired TV, on Roku and Fire TV, and also Purpose Inspired TV on Facebook. Look for me, Joseph K. Reeves. Like, follow, share. Even look for From the Mind of Lil Joe. All right, Sharese, thank you for joining us. I'll see you next time. Okay, everybody. Again, I pray everybody be safe during this hurricane that's coming through Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, and I'm not sure where it's going after that. I pray everybody be safe. God bless. Love ya.